Hello, guys. Welcome. I'm Faraz, and it's my pleasure to be here today and giving you. We're going to talk about the topic about Power Automate in Excel and how we can use Power Automate. So before we begin, our meetup, I would just like to thank the community. I would like to thank everyone who is there in the community, who is growing up this community, and we have reached today around like 2,200 members. So that's a huge number, and this community is growing every day. So I would like to thanks everyone for their participation, who is regularly coming and making this group excellent. So just let me know in the chat from where are you joining, and we will be starting the session immediately. So in today's session, basically, I'll be talking about the Power Automate technology, how we are going to use it. If you haven't used Power Automate, it's a really great tool, and we're going to see that how we can access to the Power Automate. Uh, we can also see that how we can integrate the Power Automate with Excel, so that can make our life very easy day to day. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it in the chat on the YouTube chat, and I'll try my best to answer you as quickly as possible. So let's begin the journey today. So whenever you would like to access your Power Automate or would like to access the Excel online version, so what you need to do is you need to just go to office.com, you need to sign in with your credentials, and then it will allow you to come to home page over here, and in this home page you have this icon over here, and from here you can simply click Power Automate, and that will direct you to the Power Automate. And you can also see some apps that will be available over here, and in that case you might find Power Automate as well. So let's say that if I click Outlook, and if you're logged in from outlook.com as well, there's nothing to worry. You can just simply come here, and you can just click on the icon over here, and that will again fire up the Power Automate shortcut for us. So there are many ways to access it. So this is the best way you can do it. You can go to office.com, or you can go from your Outlook email, and you can access the Power Automate. Now coming over here, once you land on the Power Automate page, now you can even build your automations just by describing what you would like to do. So like right now, the AI can take care of it. You can just simply say that every month copy all the files from OneDrive to another OneDrive folder. You can copy all the rows from the Excel file to another file when the button is clicked. So if you just give a prompt over here, it is going to generate that flow for you. So I haven't tried much on this one, but today we are just going to try it out, like how this is going to work. And let's say that build a flow uh, to copy the email attachment to my OneDrive. Let's see how this works. Save the email and its attachments to OneDrive when the new emails arrive. Okay, this is also great. So we can search this one, and we can see, how the flow is going to be created. And when the new email arrives, the actions are export to email, create a file, and then create a new file with that email as well as for the attachment. So I just need to make sure my credentials are, I need to make sure that I re-sign it so that the connection can get fixed. And when I create flow, and then it will ask you some parameter which you need to give it to the flow. So this is very easy way to create the flow. That is amazing. What we can do is that we can quickly come here, come to home, and let's look creating the flow by our own. So here, when we come over here, so when you have an option to create a flow over here, so there are flows You have an automated flow, you have an instant flow, you have a scheduled flow. So automated flow is like email arrives. So you don't need to be available on the desk. You can just schedule it that the email is arriving and you can simply, the flow will work. Instant flow is something like you will be doing it then and there itself. Like let's say that I have created the flow and I immediately wanted to run that flow. So that would be an instant flow. Now, when you come to schedule flow is something like you will be scheduling it. Like every Monday morning, I would like to send an email to my team. Every Monday evening, I want all the attachments in my email to be saved in a specific drive. So this way, what it does is that it allows the flow to run on a specific schedule and a time. Now, let's go and look at the instant flow. And let's skip this one, timing. Now what happens is that this is a new designer which is there for the Power Automate, and I really love that. And always remember that whenever you're working on a Power Automate, it always works first on a trigger. So whenever the trigger will happen, after the trigger, the actions will take place. So it's very important. The trigger in the sense like when an email arrives, this is a trigger. So this is a trigger which is going to happen, or when a file is kept on a OneDrive, that's a trigger. So after the trigger is taken place, then after that, then actions will come. Like your email arrives, you need to copy the text, you need to save the attachment, you need to forward it to somebody, you want to save that email itself as an attachment. So those are the actions. Like in case of you have placed that file in a OneDrive, you want to copy it, move it to another drive, you want to make a PDF of it, you want to send it for an attachment to someone. So you can do all those actions available in that action area. Now, let's come to this. Let me just keep it over here. Okay. So when I come over here, I get in multiple options over here. So let's try it out a very simple one, a very simple flow, because I feel that flow is like a Lego blocks. Like you build a Lego, you build up a base, then you put another block, so it goes on. So you will see right now, that what it is here exactly I'm trying to say. So let's come over here and search weather. Okay, so in MSN weather data, we can see some more over here. And we can say that, okay, so it's asking for the trigger right now. So right now my trigger is like, it would be a manual trigger. So I can just say it's a manual trigger. And after that manual trigger, I would like to add another action. That action will be weather, MSN. To get the current weather. Now I can just change it to metric. And let's say that we'd like to have it from Mumbai, India. Okay. So it's going to go, let's run this flow and we can say get weather data. So now when we are going to move this flow, when we are going to run this flow, let's save this flow first. So once it is saved, now we can test the flow. You can say, let's test it out. Yes, sign in, continue, and run the flow. Now, if you come over here, when you ran the flow, you can see that, okay, fine, it was a manual trigger. So that's why we ran by our own self. And now when you come, it is going to capture the information like how is the weather, what is the weather like over there, and it's going to give some more properties. So let's go and try to see in the next step, okay, let me put a variable on that one. Let me go here, edit it, and let's add another variable. So in this variable, we're going to give the name. A minute. Delete this. Let's go here and we can delete this step. Come here, delete it again. And we can go back again and add the action over here. See more. Initialize the variable. It should not be a set variable because I need to first initialize the variable, then only I can set the variable. So let's call uh, the temperature. Okay, let's say the temperature, and it would be let's put it as a string. And right now nothing. The value is blank. Yes, but we need to capture the value what has been getting captured in the weather data. Okay, so here once I click it, so you can see with regards to the current weather, it's going to give me the temperature, it's going to give me the wind speed, it's going to give me the pressure, and I can see more of those other metrics which are been getting captured from the MSN weather data. So let's say that this is the weather, and let's save it, and let's go and test the flow again. Let's go manually, and let's go test and test the flow again. Done. So now when you come over here, you can see the value which has been received is 26 degrees. So this is something really cool, so you can just quickly get that weather information and you can just place it over there. So let me show it to you. So it's over here, the Celsius, and let me show you over here. So this is the temperature. So this is the data which we got it right now. Cool. So we just saw quickly that how we can use that variable. It's a very simple flow which we have created right now, and we can make it more complex the way which we would like to do it at. So let's now try to connect something with Excel. Okay, so I have a workbook over here called weather data. Okay, so now this workbook, which is where, let's dive in and see this workbook location, which has been placed on my OneDrive. So it's on my OneDrive straight away on my files. So I have this weather data. Okay, so let's open and let's see something. So this was my earlier demo, which I did it. So whenever you are working with Power Automate and Excel, you have to make sure that your data is stored into means your Excel tables. You must create an Excel table. So if you don't create an Excel table, then you will find it difficult to store that information. It means that it will not able to read that one. So let's come over here and let's try to connect our Excel workbook. Now, when we have this data set over here, so you make sure that you always give your table a name. That's a very good habit. And let's try to pull the information from Power Automate, from the weather data, and put it into this Excel workbook. So let's come over here. Let's edit this flow. Let's go back to uh, another action. And we can straight away come to Excel Online for Business. Now remember, there are two different Excel Online. One is Excel Online for Business, and one is Excel Online. So let me show it to you. Excel Online Business and Excel Online OneDrive. Now, these are two different, basically, these are two different connectors which are there. The business one is used for work and school account, and OneDrive is used for your personal one. So if you're using your personal OneDrive and it's not a work account, it's a personal account, then you should use this connector. You have to make sure that you use this connector. Okay, so let's go and explore now the business one because I'm using the business one. Now, what we need to do is that we need to add the row to the table. So there are different actions. You can see delete the row, get a row, get the worksheet, list the rows in the present table. Even you can run a script. So if you have a script, if you have a script for office scripts which you would like to run them, you can run it. You can even update the row. You can add a key to the table, and you can add a row to the table as well. So we are going to say that we're going to create a row to the table. Let's come over here. So it's going to ask me where, because I have different sites, different multiple sites I'm having it. I'll go for OneDrive for business. And then it's going to ask me the library. I'm going to say yes, okay, for OneDrive. And then it's going to ask me the path. So now, if you see, I have the weather data. So in case if my path was somewhere on the desktop, come over here, Excel Online. And let's come to the weather data. And here you have it. So now whatever the tables are there in your data set, in your Excel workbook, you will find it over here. So let's say that this is the one table underscore weather underscore data. And then come over here. See, this is the same name which is over here in that Excel workbook. So this is the one which is over here. Great. So now what we would like to do is once you come over here. Now, if you see, we have all that columns which are available over there. So if you see this column of date over here, which is the date, location, condition, temperature, high, low, and day summary. So you can see all that columns appearing over here. So now let's go to this date. Let's go to the date. And when you come over here, date, let's go to the date last updated. So it's gonna work like this. Let's go and show all. Let's do it for the show all. So if you're going to select a specific one, you can add that. So location. So let's come over here, location. And let's say the conditions. And the temperature. Let's go for the temperature. And temperature low. PEMP temperature low. Let's go and see where is the low one. About temperature units, apparent current temperature. So, okay, let's say that we don't find this one. Okay, find day summary. The summary should be there. SUM. So we need to see all those other information. Let's check it over here. U index. Okay. So speed. So just help me out if you can find it. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't find that day summary over here right now. So we have this distance, okay, units. Okay, let us leave out the day summary and let's focus on this two. Let's focus on these four parameters and let's save them. And and even we can delete this. So let's say that if this flow is there, I can, this action which is there, this action, I can delete that with this action. I can just come here and I can delete this action and let's say delete. Now, if this action was depending on some other action, then you might get some kind of an error. But now it will not happen. So let's go and test it out, save and test it out. Let's go test, manual, test, and continue. And let's run the flow. Done. So once you are done, and you can see the condition is also over here. It's showing you what is the last updated one, and it's going to show you the location, and it shows you the temperature as well. So that's pretty awesome. That's how you can connect these two different technologies. Like you have Excel, you have Power Automate, and then you can just capture this data over here, and you can easily make the flow working very well in a different I would say in different ways, in many ways. Now, let's say that if your temperature goes more than 25, 26 degrees, and then you would like to send an email. So what we can do is that we can come here and let's look at the conditional one. Okay, so let's do it like this. Let's go and edit our flow and come here. Let's go to the action and let's say Outlook. Now in Outlook also you will be having Office and Outlook.com. Now Office 365 Outlook is one for the business user, so you can use the business one. So let's go and see the other connections what we have. Let's say that we would like to send email. So you can come over here and let's say that send email, and we can use send email with options. No, we can just use say send emails, which is there. Send email is somewhere should be send email should be somewhere. So once you are here, send emails. Sorry, I think I lost the connection for a minute. Send emails. We'll select this, and we can add the email address. Let's go and add the email address. Let's come over here. Let me add that email. I'm just gonna copy that email on. And let's see this email which is over here for me. Copy. So I'm just gonna copy it to myself only. This email. And subject is the data. And let's come here. Hi, the weather. What you can see over here is the weather today is. Now I can take those actions which are there. So we can directly take it from the weather condition itself also, from the weather app connector, and we can take it from the Excel itself also. So let's say that we're going to say it from here. So let's say the temperature high. So this was a place which we were recording the temperature. So high, the weather data is like 26 degree. And just, and the condition is, and the condition is, let's go come over here and we add the condition over here. Okay, so let us save this flow now, and let's see on our Outlook how it looks. Okay, so let's run the flow again, and I hope this time we're gonna make it better. So by the way, when you come out of the flow, okay, this is gonna look like this. Okay, so we didn't talk about this one, this part. Basically, I call this as a cockpit view. This view gives you your connections, what you have the connections. If you have some permission issues, it will show you the permission issues. If you have some co-owners or owners on this one who are editing the flow together with you, you can edit it together. And this will show you the run history. Basically, it keeps that 28 days records, and if anything gets failed out, you get a message saying that failed. So now let's go and run this one, and this time the status will not show test succeeded. It's going to say that it succeeded because we are not testing it. We are just directly going to run our flow what has been created for us over here. So let's come over here and let's see you have this smoke, okay, 25. And let's come over here and we can see the data. And that's how it has created that. Oh, I think I lost for a second. Okay, let's refresh it and let's see. We have this email coming up over here. And let's see, that's the email. And it should load that one email. Hi, the weather data is 25 and the condition is in smoke. Cool. I lost you for a second, and I think there's some connection issues there. So when you come to this flow, this page, and when you refresh the flow, and you can see that it shows succeeded. And even you can go and debug your flow, which is you can see that steps, whatever the steps are available over here. And let's see the step which is over here, which is a manual trigger. We got that data, and this is an earlier experience. If you have seen the flow earlier, used it. So this was in classic experience where you can see the flow step by step. What the steps like Lego block, which I mentioned, the blocks will be appearing over here. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop it on the YouTube chat, and I'll be very happy to answer. And hi, Ziggle. Hi, Mark. How are you? Thank you for joining always and coming over here. And I would strongly encourage, that everyone to always try to look on the templates before you go and reinvent the wheel again. So maybe you can find some great flows already been created over and you can use them and you just need to like what I said is that save outlook.com email attachments to OneDrive. So this is something what you can easily use that and uh, you can just click on the flow and you can just start building your solutions and it can work out. And the best place to learn more about Power Automate and more about Power Automate Flow in Excel, I always encourage my friends that should go to microsoftlearn.com. You can get a lot of stuff over there and always participate in the community questions. So you get a really good place over here. So there are trainings, the concept and troubleshooting, what is Power Automate, how you can use it, and how you can create the flows. You can test it out. And this is really great place to use it. So this was a very short and sweet meetup today. And we are going to come back soon with some more amazing meetup. And inshallah, in the next month, we are having some of the great speakers going to join us. And you can please follow the meetup community page, and there will be a regular meetups will be there. So if you have any questions, please feel free to drop in the chat. I'll be really happy to answer you. And thank you so much for coming today. And I'll be coming with some amazing Power Automate videos with Excel and uh, other fancy stuff. We're going to do it. So let me know what's your daily challenges, what your routine challenges are there. Uh, with the automation part, why not, even if it is in Excel, maybe we can have another session sometime talking about Excel, some Excel formulas, Excel tricks, something related to logistics, inventory management, purchasing, sales. Feel free to ask me. I'll be really happy to answer your questions. So till then, take care, my friends, and I'll be seeing you soon in my next video, in my next meetup session. Take care. Bye.